Good afternoon, dear viewer. Welcome you to your favorite notice sports or sport news called Best of the Sport. And he's your favorite presenter here, Alfonso Rojas Correa from Monteria, Córdoba, Colombia. Today we are going to talk about the amazing story about the human beings who came from the difficult place or nowhere and had a person that had a lot of problem in their life, but despite them these problems, they have been able to overcome them, to overcome the problem, to overcome the different difficulties, and continue to be best or the most important sportsmen on the world. Well, first we have Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew have an important story. From pillow factory worker to become a British boxing legend. On the brink of the story, Tony Bellew is from Liverpool, in England, and born in November 30 in 1982. He is a British boxer. He held to the cruiserweight title for 2 times. Bellew is 3 times ABA heavyweight champion of the world, and like amateur is a difficult sportman, boxerman. Well, can you listen this important story? He worked at 7 o'clock a.m. to 4 p.m. in a pillow factory. He on the road and becoming and one of the most important British most loved fighter in Britain, England. The popular Liverpoolian has spoken candidly to our news about the beginnings of his journey and to the thought how the father influenced him into the boxing superstardom. In this important news, Tony Bellew he said, "I am very proud of where I am from, without my own open ground and where I am from. I wouldn't be where I am today. I am a product of my environment. Without the shadow of the dove, Liverpool is the greatest city on the world." Well, here we can observe the nobility or the honor of this important boxing fighter, which despite his war, his problem in his house, he continued with the training and become the champion, the heavy champion of the world in boxing sport that he is today. Other thing that he said were, when I was going to my first ABA title, my job was working in a pillow factory. I used to get out at 6 o'clock in the morning and get on the bus at 6:30 and into the pillow factory at to enter into the pillow factory at 7 o'clock. The bomber insists that he puts his determination to success inside the ring down open person. His most important person for him is his father, because his father led or motivate him to improve and training in boxing. Well, other amazing notice or amazing story, life story was Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury rebels. He drives his Ferrari towards the bridge at more or less 250 kilometers per hour and intends to or try to suicide. Tyson Fury, born in August 12 in 1988. He is a British professional heavyweight champion boxer. In November in 2015, he defeated to Vladimir Pucic He's one of the most important boxers in the world because he has a lot of champion world, heavy champion world on the world, and have a lot of boxing goals. To become an Tyson Fury become the on fight heavy champion on the world in WBA and in the Arena magazine. Well, other important thing, Tyson Fury has revealed he came within seconds, within a little second of killing his son after he was crowded or win the heavyweight champion on the world. Fury stunned the long reigning Vladimir Klitschko and 25 had the belts in Germany 3 years ago. Well, but within weeks, in addition to drugs, to drink a lot of breeds, to take drugs, and to saw him bungled into a very stressful and depression, and his life spiraled out of the control. He said, this is important words with a lot of problem. Well, I hit the dream, I hit the drugs, and I was out all the night with women all the night. Fury told George to our notice, our sport news, that he just wanted to die and wanted to have fun doing it. But well, he said too, but when the dreams wear off and you live you with a bad hangover and even worse depression. When you have a goal in mind, being a child, when he was a child and you achieved this dream, he lost the dream. He doesn't know what to do. Well, in this experience, this is a difficult experience. I am right with this important great athlete or sportman, because when we was achieve or take a goal in something, or when we've achieved something from when we were children, we dreams, when you golf or as an adult we achieve this goal, we lost the interest and that drains diet, because when we do not continue with the dreaming and proposing new goals, the dreams fall down or kill or die. So we need to continue with our dreams. Well, finally he said, Fury said these words: I was waking up, I didn't want to be alive. I was making everyone think life a misery. No one or nobody could turn any senses of into me to all the other. I didn't care about nothing. I just wanted to die so bad. I gave up on life, but I was heading to the bridge. In hears a voice, for example, his children, don't do this, Tyson. This about your kids, your family, your son, and his daughter growing up without a dad. Well, it's incredible to see that a warrior, a very strong warrior, that have a lot of problem in their life, but when the problem of the life hit him harder than the opponents they face or they in front. Well, continue with the final story or the final news, sport news. We have a different notice. For example, we have, and finally is other important things. And finally, Eric Cantona says that Jose Mourinho is the wrong manager for the Manchester United. Well, it's a very Eric Cantona is very dissatisfied with the game of from Mourinho. Well, I can do it, but maybe do it the stress or the poor conversion or cohabitation that generates Mourinho in trainings with their players in training. Let's see what the renowned footballer Eric Cantona says. Well, when we're going to talk about the Eric Cantona, he says, "It's not the right man to the right woman," say French Eric Cantona. He said that it is way to play. You can lose games, but you take risks. You need to take risks. You lost against Juventus, and they have the 70% of the position of the ball in Old Trafford. Can you imagine in Old Trafford? Can you imagine that with Alex Ferguson on the beach, that is the last coach in this important team? Well, he said, "I think kids need to have an example. They need a great player, great movement, creative football to identify themselves and player of team. And then they are now losing the generation of your player due to the training of the football player or due to the manager of Jose Mourinho in Manchester United." Well, these young players identify themselves to the way City play. So can we accept that? No. Cantona says United should have given the job to the Ryan Giggs when they have the chain. Well, dear viewer, this have an important notice in this important news. So if you can need to investigate about this important news, you can visit our website. Well, dear viewers, is all for today. Have a good night. Bye.